North Hill Jets. Hey, summer is just a couple of weeks away. So today we're going to review some really important ways that we can stay safe. And we're going to start by going over the never, never rules. I bet you guys remember these that we've learned about in the past. So our first never, never rule, meaning never, never do this, is never touch guns. We all know that guns are so lethal and dangerous. Guns should be locked up and put away. They are never anything to play with as toys. Number 2, never play with fire, right? We know that fire looks fun and exciting, but it can be really dangerous. And so we never play with matches or lighters. They're not toys, and they can make things very dangerous quickly. Next one, never ride on wheels without a helmet. So this is Washington state law that you wear a helmet. And we remember that wheels are scooters, bikes, trikes, motorcycles, skateboards, hoverboards, anything else that moves, we need to be wearing a helmet for. So important. Remember we talked about you could fix your arm or your leg in a cast, but our brain, right, is soft and we can't just fix it. So that's why we always want to wear a helmet to protect and keep our brain safe. Never go in water without an older person watching. Okay, I know some of you are awesome swimmers out there, and I sure hope that you're going to get to do some swimming this summer. But remember to make sure someone's there to help you out if something goes wrong for you or a friend. Always make sure there's an adult nearby. Never use a sharp tool without an older person's help. Some of you older kids are learning how to cook. That's so fantastic. Great to learn how to use a knife. But make sure that you have permission from an adult and that you have someone to teach you how to use it properly and safely. Okay, never ride in a car seat without wearing a seatbelt. This one is also Washington state law, and there's a law called click it or ticket, meaning your parent could get a ticket if you are not wearing a seatbelt. So I know sometimes they're uncomfortable, they don't feel great, but they help save lives and they are the law. So make sure you're always wearing a seatbelt, even if it's just a quick little drive to the store or down the block. Okay, never touch a dog without asking the person in charge. Okay, so some of the cutest little dogs can actually be dangerous. So you always want to ask the adult who has the dog if you are able to pet their dog. They'll tell you, they'll say, my dog's great with kids, sure. Or they might say, oh, sorry, this dog's not very good with kids. Sometimes we can scare dogs and not even mean to, and they can do something to hurt us, even though they're wonderful dogs. So just make sure you ask, hey, can I pet your dog? That's just such an important thing to do. It's respectful too to the dog and to the owner, and just helps keep you safe. Okay, last one. Never cross the street without checking always for traffic. Okay, very important. As you know, at North Hill, we have crosswalks out front. You always want to use a crosswalk, and you want to check both ways. Many years ago, we had a student whose grandparent tried to drop them off at the church across the street, and the student went in front of the car and ran out into traffic. They were hit by a car. It was very, very scary. Fortunately, they were okay. They had minor injuries, but just always so important that we use a crosswalk and that we look both ways before crossing any street. Another really important rule I want to talk to you about keeping our bodies safe is the touching rule. So some of you might remember our touching rule that a person should never touch your private body parts except to keep you healthy. So remember we talked about if you needed to go to the doctor to stay healthy, or if your mom and dad was helping you get in the bathtub or out of the shower, something like that. But otherwise, a person should never touch your private body parts except to keep you healthy. This is so important that we know even when you're your age or my age or even like old age, your body is your own body. And if something makes you feel uncomfortable, so important that we talk about that and we tell an adult that we trust. Because we have one more rule, and that's our never keep secrets about touching rule. right? This is something that if someone asks you to keep a secret about, it's not okay, right? You shouldn't have to keep secrets about touching. So if someone were to ever touch you in a way that made you feel unsafe or uncomfortable, please tell an adult who loves and cares about you. Okay, Jets, keep staying safe, keep being awesome. We have just a little bit more to go. I hope that I'll see some of you when you come pick your things up in a couple weeks at school. And just care about you a million and keep up your great work.